Hey, I'm Ariana Prather, and for Step One, the NBL's official underwear partner online at step1.life, I am here with Jaylin Galloway from the Sydney Kings. Jaylin, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
I was doing a little bit of digging into your history and your family, and what a cool family you come from. Both parents were college hoopers. I assume they met in college. Talk to me about their love story and your upbringing.
Yeah, so my mom's from Australia, dad's from America. And yeah, they both played at Hawaii, and that's where they met. And then that's where they first had Kyron. That's why he was born in Hawaii. And then yeah, mom played for Townsville Fire, and then that's also why I'm born from Townsville. So dad played a little bit in Europe too. So but yeah, they met at Hawaii.
I'm covering the WNBL Townsville Fire now. It's a cool place to come from. Pretty rural, a little country. Did you go to farms? Were you at petting zoos most of the time? What was your day to day?
I don't really remember because I think it was about like 3, 4 we moved to America, but I don't really remember too much. But I remember when I played in Mackay for the NBL one, I remember going back down there and I don't remember it being that hot. So, but yeah, I don't remember too much from Townsville.
Well, when you went to high school in Marietta, Georgia, the South is known for their sports. They have some big boys out there and they take sports very seriously. So, was it in high school, middle school, growing up? Did you know basketball is what I want to do because I saw both parents?
Yeah. I'll say about the start of middle school and sixth grade is when I decided to really start taking basketball serious. Definitely both my parents were influential in my life. Definitely a major reason why I started playing basketball.
So, when you were in high school, was that circuit a very busy time for you? Because usually kids play AAU or travel basketball in the off season over the summer. That's maybe two, three games a day. And
Yeah.
then you also have to play the high school season.
Yep. It definitely was because it was high school season and then straight into AAU, and then everybody knows how the AAU games, you play, like, 3 games in the same day, so
Right.
but and then, yeah, I think halfway in my junior and senior year, I did, a prep school too, so I did a bit of everything. I was changing schools a lot too, so it was definitely a crazy experience.
I can only imagine the household between you and your brother, Kyron. Was it competitive? There was a lot of trash talking. Did your
Yeah.
parents just let you guys go at it, or did this
Yeah.
step in, or they were like, no, let the boys be boys
Yeah.
and go at each other?
Well, we weren't too competitive in the basketball because he actually grew up playing tennis a little bit, so he picked up basketball a little late, so everybody I remember watching games and the commentators be like, "Oh, they always probably played in the backyard," but no, we played in the kid, but it wasn't basketball, but yeah, he grew up playing tennis, so
That's very interesting that because that's exactly what I was envisioning. You guys in the backyard playing hoops against each other, but
yeah,
no, he was on the tennis court.
yeah,
You were inside on the
yeah.
basketball court.
Different, completely different things, so
Wow.
yeah.
And then when you left high school, you decided not to go to college. You wanted to go straight to the pros. Was that a decision that you made for yourself, or did you sit down at the table with your family, lay out all the pros and cons? And
Yep.
what did mom and dad want?
Well, my mom sat me down and she was asking me if I wanted to go to college or if I wanted to explore another option and go to Australia. And it came out of nowhere, so I wasn't too sure. But then we got on a Zoom call with Adam Capehorn, Capes. He is the reason why I went to the AIS. So I went to the AIS, decided to skip college, but I still had my eligibility to go to college because I
Mhm.
graduated earlier my senior year, so I didn't have to do school when I went to the AIS.
Oh, wow.
And then yeah. So it was a crazy stint over there. I did a couple months with the AAS, and then Capes brought me in and took me to the Kings training, and then I was just doing Kings there. And then I came back to the AAS for a couple more months, and then I went back to the Kings. So it was a lot of back and forth, but it was definitely a cool experience.
Now, was that your first taste of staying in Australia for an extended period of time, or did you go back home to visit your mom's side of the family, like, on summers? Did you have a couple months over there, or was that your first taste of, "Wow, this is Aussie life"?
Yeah, this is definitely my first taste. I had no idea what I was walking into.
Mhm.
I remember when I first got there, I don't think I went back to see my family until I had that stint in Milwaukee. So I think it was
Mhm.
like almost 3 to 4 years. So Yeah, it was a little wild down there by myself. It was just me and, my brother down here because we didn't have too much family. We had my mom's here, but she was in the hospital for a little bit, so I wasn't able to see her as much.
Mentally, how was that for you? You're a young high school student graduating. Now you're off on your own, starting your professional career. Like you said, you're alone. You don't really have family or a village. How did that kind of build your confidence off the court, just as a person, as a man stepping into this new chapter of life?
Yep. It was definitely tough for the first couple years, but I feel like because I started so young, I grew up getting used to it. But I definitely had a lot of help from coaches and teammates, and my family was always there. We don't have a big family, so yeah, we're just always they always kept in touch, and we're just close together. So they helped me out a lot.
And then when you did join the Kings, you started off as a developmental player. Was that a good experience that you are happy that you had to do because you kind of had to start from the bottom, grind your way up, and have to compete against the older guys and just really learn?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was a huge learning step for me. Just a lot of learning in that time frame. I wasn't really playing too much, so it was my first time seeing pro players. So yeah, I mean, Brad Newley was the first one I remember, and then he would always kill me in the back cuts in practice. So that was probably like a welcome to the moment type thing for me. But just having the older guys there, like Daniel Kicker and guys like that, was always helping me out.
Are any of those guys still like a mentor for you today that you reach out to, talk to for advice?
Not too much of mental, but I keep in touch a little bit. I'll probably say the most I keep in touch with is Fleur. Fleur was a huge part of my Kings career. So
And then you finally joined the roster and for the 22-23 season. You were on the full-time playing roster for the team, which was amazing. You guys ended up winning a championship that year. That had to have been a highlight of your career.
for sure, I had no idea what just happened. I mean, I was a young player, so yeah, I mean, it was it was an unreal moment. I don't even know how to explain it, but especially when we won the second time, I was like, I kind of got used to it because that was like, oh, so this is just we just win the whole time or something like that. So the first couple years were pretty elite for sure.
I mean, and what a great team that you joined because you could have went to a team that didn't have as much really prestige or, the legendary coaches and the coaching staff that you had, but you went to a team where really you have to be up to par to the culture that is there and the standard that they set every day.
For sure. I mean, Capes told me before he brought me down there what great of an organization it was, and I could tell for the first time I was there, I was just gonna be happy to be there. So I mean, like I said before, I was just trying to learn as much as possible, and yeah, I'm still doing that to this day.
And then you had your time. Let's go back to the Minnesota Timberwolves. That wasn't a small thing. You got to play the summer league back home with the Timberwolves, another great dynasty that they have there. What was that like? And I guess the biggest question I have is when you're stepping into an NBA facility, you obviously have a lot of eagerness to you because you're getting this opportunity. It's also the first time people are able to really see you, learn your game. What was the one focus that you had? Like, what did you want to prove while you were there?
Yeah. Um, I remember when it first happened. I think I was playing NBA 1 with Ipswich, and I had no plans of going to the summer league at all. And then my agent gave me a call one time and said if I wanted to go. So yeah, that happened, and then it was definitely a cool experience seeing the facilities. I never knew it was anything like that. So, but just to keep focused was just to work hard. I mean, just show that, coming from Australia that we can also compete at that level. And I just want to show that on the court.
And who were some of the guys that you talked to on the team? Was there anyone that you felt like kind of took you under your wing or that you could ask questions to freely and not feel like you were ever asking a silly question?
Yeah. I remember I was hanging out with Jaylin Adams, little brother, actually.
Oh,
We
okay.
me and him were standing up a little bit on the bench the whole time. So yeah, in the Minnesota, probably one of the assistant coaches, Chris Hines, he gave me a little chance every now and then when I wasn't playing, to just keep me in touch for sure.
That's a basketball legend for sure. Chris Hines, everyone knows him. What was your biggest takeaway from that experience? I mean, even though you didn't make the team, what was your biggest takeaway? Like, okay, if I do want to end up back here in the NBA, this is what I have to work on. This is what I still need to develop.
Yep. I think you hit it on the point. I think it just gave me an idea of what I needed to work on. It made me realize that I'm actually not too far from the NBA. I definitely can play here. I think it made me realize I just got to work on a 3 point. I know everybody's saying it, but the 3 point shot, and then yeah, just keep working on my body, and I think I'll slowly develop.
Well, you've become a major figure for the Sydney Kings. You're putting up good minutes, putting up good, I would say, a stat sheet every night, whether it's points, assists, so on and so forth, rebounds. But before you were able to join again with the team this year, you also had to go through a shoulder injury during the 2024 season, and you had to miss the second half. Coming back from any injury is hard, but how was it for you? What was your mental, thought process through that whole situation?
Yeah, I remember when it first happened. Me and Gores always talked about it as a blessing in disguise. I think it was a good time because I think it was a 6 month break. And I never really had a break because I remember I was always NBL, NBL1, NBL, and then I had that stint in Milwaukee. So I never really had a time to relax and just think a little bit. So when I had that injury, I just had all that free time. So I think it helped me out more than it hurt me type of thing. And then when I was coming back, it was more of that now I'm just happy now. Like I know my body feels good. Everything's feeling good. And I was just excited to come back and play.
Was there any type of fear when you stepped back onto the court for the first time? Like, any fear of re-injury or, "Okay, last time I wasn't, expecting this to happen, but it came out of the blue, a shoulder
Yeah.
injury." Did you have any type of anxiety stepping onto the court again?
Well, not too much fear. I might have been a little hesitant to go for like a rebound or something like that. But once I got a couple games under my belt, I think I was pretty comfortably coming back.
Well, now your team is rocking and rolling. It's NBL 25, 26, and the season has been up, down, all around. You never know who's going to win any given night. But I love watching your team play because Coach Gorge always has a seriousness about him. Like, he means business. But I also feel like he does a great job of praising when it's time to give a player extra confidence or show him some love. What is his coaching style like, and how does his culture fit into the type of player you want to be?
For sure, he believes in every player equally. Yeah, he doesn't really care about the offensive end. He just cares about if you play hard. So if you play hard, he'll give you the opportunity to play. And yeah, he's a big help in my confidence. Like I said, when I had that shoulder surgery, he was a big part of that. Always giving me calls, checking in and stuff like that. And then coming back, he helped me with my shot, just getting reps. And then even now after practice, me and Katie will go shoot. He'll always have us two as a group shooting. So just little things like that is just great to have him as a coach.
When you got that call or when you saw the news break that KD was joining the team, what was the first thing that went through your minds? And how has, I guess, the brotherhood evolved? That's the number one thing that I see from your team, too. At the end of the game, you're throwing towels on top of each other, pouring water. KD always has a big country smile on his face. And it's just like, this team genuinely loves each other. I'm like, oh, look at the
Yeah.
Kings.
Yeah. I remember when I first seen him because because I had that shoulder surgery, so I wasn't playing. I was always watching, but I thought he was the best player in the league. I thought he was pretty amazing. So when I first got the news he was signing, I was excited. And yeah, the team it's just a great team. We're just a group of guys. I feel like even like you said, we had that up and downs. We still stuck together as a team. It hasn't felt like we separated or anything like that. So it's been a great experience.
Man, well, your comeback year has been absolutely incredible. We have to touch on what I said when you first joined offline. MVP, 2025 FIBA Asia Cup champ and MVP. What was that experience like going to Saudi Arabia? Big money out in Saudi. And having that experience, not only being there, but representing your national team and winning.
For sure. I mean, when I first got the news that I was going to play for the team, I was playing for NBA1 in Bankstown, and I had no idea what was happening. So when I got that news, I was that made me even more excited to play because now I get to play on a bigger stage. And yeah, like I knew I was going into it, like I knew I was gonna like play good because I felt like in the off season I was just working out the whole time, working on my shot, just doing behind the things scenes while the last season was going on. So I felt like that helped me out a lot. And then going into it, I was just trying to work on my mindset the whole time, also in the off season. So going mindset going into the Asia Cup was a big thing for me.
Mindset is definitely important. Gotta have your mind right. So when you were playing for the national team, it's obviously different because they're grabbing the best from everywhere. So, you have a team and you obviously might have one or two better players, but this is the best of the best all on one team. How were you able to still be able to score and have that confidence to put up shots while not stepping on other people's toes?
Yeah. I think Capes was a huge part of that. Like I said before, he's the main reason why I came to Australia. So having him back as a head coach for I think the last time was when I was at the AIS. So him being the coach, he was just in my ear, just telling me to be the player that he knew I was. And the team also, it was just a great group of guys. I remember saying like I was the most fun I ever had playing basketball. So I mean the teammates, the coaching staff, everyone, I think it was just a great, comfortable environment for me and it helped me thrive.
I love that because when you're not having fun playing basketball, you can tell. You can tell when a player is just there and they're dragging their feet and they're like, I hate this team. I hate this coach. I don't want to be here. And when they're actually having fun and enjoying themselves and beating China by 1 point, what a championship game. What was that? I mean, just moment. Walk me through the last like 30 seconds.
It was really just the last shot. He took the step back, save, jump. It was a wide open shot. I know he was cooking the whole game. I was like, "Oh, I just hope he missed." So I was just watching it the whole time in the air. It hit front rim. I could have done it, just take a deep breath after that and then start cheering with my team.
Was you getting MVP and getting that title, was that the highlight of your career so far, representing the national team and getting MVP? I know personal accolades might not matter the most to you, but that had to have felt good.
For sure, I've never had an MVP in my life before. I
Wow.
had no I thought of getting the MVP going into this tournament. So yeah, when that happened, it was definitely an unreal moment. I remember McVay was next to me telling me, "Oh, you definitely get an MVP." I'm like, "Nah, no way, I'm not getting it." And then they called my name, and it was yeah, a surreal moment for me for sure.
Jaylin, that is so cool. You had never gotten an MVP before, and then you got MVP standing next to McVeigh on one of the biggest platforms that you can be on as an Australian basketball player. That is so awesome. So where's the MVP trophy? I don't see it behind you on your stand. I don't see where is it now?
It's in the other room right there behind the door, keeping it nice and safe and secure.
Well, I'm excited. Next time I see you in the gym, I'm calling you MVP. No more Jalen. MVP is your name from me. Jalen, thank you so much. I appreciate all your time. That was Jaylin Galloway for Step One, the NBL's official underwear partner online at step1.life. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, I appreciate it.